What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 22 of our Pokemon Renegade Platinum walkthrough. In the previous video, it was an absolutely wild one. We made our way to the peak of Mount Coronet where we found Cyrus. We battled Cyrus, and after defeating him, he opened a portal to the Distortion World. We followed Cyrus into the Distortion World with the help of Cynthia, and the Distortion World was super confusing. It was a crazy puzzle. We were getting lost all the time, but luckily we got help from the legendary Pokemon Uxie, Meesprit, and Azelf. Eventually we caught up with Cyrus. We battled him one more time, and we had to battle him twice in a row. He had the legendary Pokemon Palkia and Dialga, and after defeating Cyrus twice, we then encountered the Dark Lord legendary Pokemon Giratina itself, and instead of battling it, we decided to catch it with a Master Ball. So we have currently added Giratina to our team, and I can't wait to test out its strength. We are going to have to train up Giratina's IV and EV levels. And we also got given a gift from Cyrus. It was a red chain, and that apparently allows us to encounter legendary Pokemon in the area. So I think our legendary Pokemon hunt will officially begin in today's episode. Now we're flying off to Pastoria City, and we've also unlocked the HM rock climb recently, so there are loads of areas for us to explore that we missed, and here's one of them. So we're going to use rock climb up the mountain, and as you can see, this is one of the time rifts, the portal that our red chain item will allow us to open up. And as you can see, we've just encountered the legendary Pokemon Suicune. It took me forever to try and catch this Pokemon. It is no easy task to catch any legendary. You might have to go through 100 Ultra Balls, but finally we did catch Suicune, and I've decided to add it to our team. So we've currently got Giratina and Suicune added. This should give our team a massive boost. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't use legendary Pokemon until the post game, but since we have caught them, I can't wait to try them out. After we take on the Pokemon League, the Elite Four, and the Champion, we'll definitely make a video on how to encounter and catch all the legendary Pokemon in Renegade Platinum, so do stay tuned for that. It's going to be a banger video. But we've just moved Suicune to our team, and we've decided to bench Electivire. So I can't wait to train up Giratina and Suicune. And then I think we're definitely going to be ready for the Pokemon League. If everyone can get trained up to a decent level, we'll be able to demolish the Elite Four and the Pokemon Champion. I'm sure of it. We have just arrived on Valor Lakefront, and there are a few rock climb areas in this little town, so we're going to try and pick up some items and explore all the regions here that we needed rock climb for. We just found a little max revive in one of the bins, but we're going to try and make it to the next town in today's video. I think there's one more gym badge that we need in order to make our way to the Pokemon League. So hopefully we can find the next gym and take him on in today's video. I will try and do some training off camera for our newly caught legendaries. And if we find any areas that we need to use rock climb with, we'll definitely explore some new areas. We just found a hidden sunstone hidden in this little path to the side of Valor Lakefront. Now, in order to reach the next town, you actually have to head east from this point. There was a guy blocking there near the staircase before, but now after leaving the Distortion World, it seems he has left, and we can explore a brand new route, Route 222. We've just found a hidden PP up, and there's a whole bunch of trainers along this route. We're just picking up a couple berries, but we are going to battle all of the trainers. We're going to skip some of them and try and use them for training a bit later on in the game. I think our team is looking pretty good. We do have Gaia, our Wolverine, who is currently leveled up like crazy. We're trying to get it to level 100 before the Pokemon League. And once we have trained up our Suicune and Giratina, I think we're going to be pretty unstoppable. I don't think I'm going to make many more changes to our team. We'll just try get the last gym badge and then make our way to the Pokemon League. We are going to have to go through Victory Road, so we'll get a bunch of experience doing that as well. But we're exploring the grassy areas along Route 222, and we've just caught a little Mr. Mime, so we'll add that to our collection. And we've just reached the beach here, and it looks like there are 2 little houses. So we're going to come and chat to them and see if there's anything interesting. There's a house full of Pikachu, so I'm guessing that guy really loves Pikachu. We find a quick ball hidden in the grass here, as well as a tiny mushroom and a full restore. To the side of one of the houses, you'll also find a PP up. So we've picked up all the items, and there's a couple more trainers for us to take on. But it looks like we may have reached the next area. So let's see what the next town is and see if we can find a gym. And as we enter Sunny Shore City, we actually bump into the Elite 4 member Flint. And he tells us that the gym leader here has lost his spark for battling. He says all the challenges are just way too easy for him. So Flint asks us to take on the gym leader and give him a good battle to try ignite his spark and enthusiasm in battling again. And don't worry, Elite 4 member Flint, we will definitely do so. Not only will we challenge the gym leader, but we will defeat him, and he will have to go back into training after we challenge him. But now let's explore some of Sunny Shore City. We've just entered the Pokemart, so we're going to stock up on a few items. But this is quite a unique city because it's linked together with a whole bunch of bridges that are across the city. So it's different little sections that we have to explore. But we've entered a house and there's a whole bunch of trainers in here. I don't know what everyone's doing. It looks a bit packed for one small little room. But we chat to everyone and keep it moving. We're going to try and find the next area. We've just found Sunny Shore Market. So it looks like there are a few people selling things in here, but they're not your usual items. So you can come and chat to everyone. This person sells a whole bunch of interesting items. I'm not actually sure what they're used for, but let's try and make our way to another area of the town. We're going to try and head up the staircase and along the sky bridge. It looks like there are a few little areas. Here we've just reached a massive lighthouse, so I'm guessing we're going to have to explore that at some point. And another little stop off, there are 2 or 3 houses here. We're chatting to the older couple, and they tell us the gym leader's name is Volkner, and he's an electric type gym leader. So I think our Tyranitar is going to be an amazing Pokemon for this gym battle. We explore the last little section. We find a sailor and another house. You have to use rock climb in order to reach it. We pick up a thunderstone and enter the house. And the guy is so surprised to see us that he gives us TM15 Hyper Beam. So that's a nice little TM to add to the collection. We still haven't found where the actual Pokemon gym is yet, so I'm not sure. We're going to have to keep looking and hopefully we'll find it soon. We head up north and that ends at the beach. So I think that's where we got to go once we have earned the gym badge. I think surfing across there might take us to Victory Road. But we enter the lighthouse and we go upstairs, and it looks like we have just run into the gym leader. So this is Volkner himself. We let him know that we want to take him on, and he returns to his gym. We look through the binoculars and you can actually see over the town, but it does look a bit hazy or foggy in the image. But now we leave the lighthouse and we're going to try and find the gym. Let's try and get this last gym badge, baby. I think there's only one little section that we haven't explored with the sky bridge. I am getting pretty lost here. It's quite a confusing city. But we find the gym eventually and we chat to Flint and we tell him we're going to take on the gym leader. He gives us TM50 and we enter the gym. I'm curious to see what the puzzles are like in this gym, and I'm curious to see how our Pokemon do against the electric types. So in this gym, it looks like there are green buttons with staircases, and every time you stand on them, they switch positions. So you have to try and walk on them in a specific order. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try and puzzle together the bridges and make our way up the next level. Each stage gets more and more confusing, but we will show you how to get through it fairly easily. So let's continue on. As you can see on this floor, there are blue buttons and green buttons. So we're going to have to try and figure our way through. There's a staircase to the left, and you have to come over and take on the gym trainer before you can make your way through. Once you have gone all the way up, there is a Pikachu at the top, but it's also just a trainer that is disguised as a Pokemon. Here we have entered the next floor where there are some red buttons, and as you can see, there are so many things changing when you stand on the button. Even the bridges along the staircases are turning, so we're going to have to try and activate them so they're flat. They just keep pointing down every time. So we cross over the bridge, we take on the trainers, and we can reach a different point of these little sky bridges. We work our way through, and it looks like it's blocked there. So we're going to have to try and activate those bridges on the right and leave them up. It's pretty confusing because you've got to try and leave the bridge up but also leave the area. So that can be really tricky, but we're going to go back downstairs and try and see if we can figure it out from here. There's another trainer to take on. We've finished battling all the trainers in this area. And as you can see, if you go up that staircase on the right, that bridge is still facing down. We have to get that bridge on the right all flat so we can cross. So I think we've got to go back to the top and try finish off this area with the bridge up. I think that you've got to do by using this blue button. Then we still have to leave the area. So that's what we've done. We've left the bridge up and we've left the area. And here we can cross the bridge. So that's made things way easier now. We can actually reach Volkner and take him on. It was pretty confusing, but we got there in the end. Now let's try and get that final gym badge. Volkner has a full team of 6 Pokemon, and the first Pokemon he sent out is a fan favorite, Jolteon, the Eevee evolution. We've got Gaia up front, but Gaia is a water type, so he's going to really struggle in this battle. Even though Gaia is level 92, electric attacks are going to be super effective. Volkner uses a Hyper Potion on Jolteon, and our Walrein is already paralyzed, so not a great start. If Walrein can knock out 2 or 3 Pokemon, I think that will help us a ton. We one-shot Jolteon, and the next Pokemon Volkner sends out is Raichu, which is level 61. He hits us with a Thunder Shock, but we're still alive. We hit it with a Surf, and we've knocked out Raichu, so not bad for a water type. We've taken down 2 Pokemon. And now it looks like Volkner has sent out an Electivire. Electivire has finished off our Gaia, and we've sent out Magmortar now. If you guys know, Electivire and Magmortar are kind of best friends, so this is an epic battle. We hit Electivire with a strong fire attack, but we just don't knock it out. And Electivire hit us with an earth attack. Electivire knocked out our Magmortar, but also knocked out itself. Now, Volkner has sent out a level 61 Rotom, which is the water electric type form. We've got Tyranitar out, but I don't know, Tyranitar might be in trouble against water attacks. I wasn't expecting a dual type water and electric. But Tyranitar withstands the first attack. If we get hit again, we might get knocked out, but we'll see how it affects us. We get hit with another Hydro Pump, and unfortunately Tyranitar has knocked out. We've still got a few Pokemon left, so we're going to send out Metagross now. Metagross is still a new Pokemon in our team, but we have been training it up, so it might prove to be quite useful. We hit Rotom with our Metal attack, and it causes a bit of damage, but just not enough to knock it out. We try and hit it with a Zen Headbutt, and not bad! Metagross has knocked out its first Pokemon. It looks like Volkner is sending out another Rotom, but a different form. This is the electric fire type, and that's just knocked out our Metagross. We've still got 2 Pokemon left. I think we've got to test out our legendary Giratina, and let's put it to work. As you can see, it's at level 75, and it's got a really cool attack where it disappears one turn, and then the next turn it hits with a Shadow Force, and it's just one-shotted Rotom. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what we needed in our team. And Leader Volkner's final Pokemon is the fan favorite Luxray. I'm hoping Giratina will be able to knock it out. We hit it with an Earthquake and it's super effective. We do get hit with a super effective shot from Luxray, but I think if we attack first, this battle will be all over. And we do. We hit Luxray with a second Earthquake, and we have done it. We have defeated Volkner, and we have earned our final gym badge. So that means next episode we're going to head to Victory Road. We also get TM57, and that's the move Wild Charge. But at least we have reignited the gym leader's enthusiasm in battling again. It was really fun to test out our new Pokemon, Metagross and Giratina. They seem to be pretty strong, but we've got a whole bunch of training to do. In the next episode, we'll try and make our way through Victory Road and reach the Pokemon League. And then from there, we'll do some last training before we take on the Elite Four. But that's all it's going to be for this one. Thanks for watching.